temporarily from the White Mountains of New Hampshire. This is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, August 27th, 2016. Silver is trading at $18.65 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,321 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $582. Antiwar.com reports, adding to embarrassment about the U.S. role in supporting the Saudi war against Yemen. Saudi Arabian warplanes attacked the northern city of Sadr on Friday, destroying a pair of houses in the Shiite-dominated city, killing at least 11 civilians. The overnight strikes came shortly after Secretary of State John Kerry left Saudi Arabia after announcing a new peace initiative, which analysts quickly noted was just him reiterating Saudi demands of an unconditional surrender for the Shiite Houthis and complaining about Iran. The Saudi air war has been heavily criticized for killing thousands of civilians, and the U.S. is facing a growing backlash for its unconditional support for the Saudi airstrikes, refueling the planes to allow them to stay in the air, carrying out airstrikes. The UN has repeatedly expressed concern about the civilian death toll, but between the U.S. support for the Saudis and Saudi Arabia's expression of outrage every time anyone complains about those deaths, they've tended not to follow through on those matters. Saudi officials have yet to comment on the latest killings.
You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and Numery supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's FANS.fppradio.com.
UPI reports a federal judge handed transgender college students a victory on Friday with an injunction preventing the University of North Carolina system from enforcing a controversial bill that says they must use restrooms of the gender they were given at birth. In an 83-page order on Friday, District Judge Thomas D. Schroeder issued the temporary order against House Bill 2 until a final determination is made in the matter. For now, the decision is a victory for 3 transgender students in the UNC school system who are part of the case, as well as for all advocates of the LGBT community. Supporting his injunction issued late Friday, Schroeder said the student plaintiffs were likely to succeed in their claims that HB 2 violates Title IX, a 1972 federal education law that bars sex discrimination at schools that receive federal funding. The injunction is the latest action involving HB 2. The law passed by lawmakers and North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory signed earlier this year, which subsequently drew an Obama administration lawsuit. In addition to the students, several groups including the American Civil Liberties Union and U.S. Department of Justice, are involved in the case.
For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
Reuters reports a federal judge on Friday granted a request by Uber Technologies and its chief executive officer to put a passenger's price-fixing lawsuit against them on hold while they appeal his refusal to let them arbitrate the dispute. Calling his decision a close call, U.S. District Judge Jed Rakoff in Manhattan said the defendants had not made a strong showing that their appeal would likely succeed, though they would face irreparable harm if arbitration were wrongfully denied. But he said the appeals court could clarify whether Spencer Meyer, the Connecticut plaintiff, and others like him consent to arbitration when they buy services subject to conditions in ClickWrap and browser wrap agreements found online. In his proposed nationwide class action lawsuit, Meyer said Uber and CEO Travis Kalanick violated antitrust laws by conspiring with drivers to charge high surge pricing fares during periods of heavy demand. Uber takes a share of drivers' earnings. On July 29th, Rakoff denied Uber's request for arbitration, saying Myers never agreed to it and that the San Francisco-based company did not properly notify him about its policies. Myers opposed delaying his case while Uber appealed that ruling. Brian Feldman, a lawyer for Myers, said in an email, "We look forward to defending Judge Rakoff's decision and having this matter returned to the district court. The company faces several lawsuits over its pricing and treatment of drivers and often tries to keep such disputes away from courthouses." This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.